Marissa, equity, right? Equity. Now, what's equity? Do we want to open up a speaker for somebody? Where is Marissa? What is equity? Y'all know I teach this on Wednesdays. I want to make sure that y'all are on point. What is equity? What is equity? Where we got? Who we got? All right, somebody say you paid $1 and now it's worth $3. You got $2 in equity. Not exactly. Not exactly. Tierra say value. Not exactly. Money. Nope. Come on, class. Who we got? Who we got? What is equity? Anybody else? Come on, y'all. Ain't got nobody else. All right. Another line of credit. No, 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 no. All right. Somebody says the amount your mortgage grows. No. Ownership. No. The amount you own, or you might have meant oh, but no. Anybody else? Anybody else? See, this we missed too many wealthy Wednesdays, y'all. We're gonna put that on Kiara. And Kiara can't unmute right now, so she can just kick and scream. All right, so all right, equity, 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 equity. Equity is the Kiara say Patty. Equity, the E word, y'all. This is why this is so important, because when I start on my rant in a minute, I'm gonna need y'all to understand why I'm ranting. When you are purchasing property, equity, EQITY, this is the amount of money, the value of the property minus the amount that you owe. You understand that? I said the value of the property minus the amount that you owe equals your equity. Somebody put that in the comments so that y'all can see that, visualize that. The amount that you owe, I'm sorry, the value of the property minus the amount that you owe equals equity. So when I ask y'all that again on Future Wealthy Wednesdays, and I'm gonna get on half of y'all because y'all done been on too many Wealthy Wednesdays, and I always talk about this. Nashawn, you too. I'm seeing you on too many Wealthy Wednesdays. This is something y'all should know. This is the amount that you owe. So if if the value of your property $300,000 and the amount that you owe is $150,000, how much equity do you have? Come on, y'all. Yeah, the value of the property is $300,000. All right, 150, right? So you have $150,000 in equity. The property value is $300,000. You only owe the bank $150,000. You got $150,000 in equity left. What is $150,000 in equity? That means that you got $150,000 of value that is yours. Okay. The bank owns the other half because they got a $150,000 loan. But the outside of that $150,000 loan, you got another $150,000 that's yours. How can I get that? Right? Is what you say, right? All right. So if you sell the property for $300,000 and you pay the bank $150,000, this is not including no fees and nothing. I'm just doing this hypothetically. If you sell it to the bank, you sell it for $300,000 and you get a bank they $150,000 you owe them, then you're gonna have $150,000 in cash, right? If you pull out a home equity line of credit, which we talked about many times, then you can get a line of credit against the amount of equity, the amount of equity that you have, right? So when we talk about the return on investment, you get nothing when you're renting. But when you own, you get equity, right? This is why this is so important. And this is going to go into my conversation that I'm about to have with you guys in the next 3 minutes. You are doing yourself a disservice if you are renting over year after year and you're getting nothing for it, versus if you are owning year after year and you're paying a payment that is lowering the amount that you owe. This is why real estate has never, in no history of the market, no matter how bad the market, the value of the property outside of the crash and recession, the value of properties have always increased. Always, almost always properties increase. There's never been a case where people have purchased a decent property and a few years later, they have lost half of the value. It's never been the case. That's what happens with cars. You drive the car off of the lot, the value automatically goes down just like this once you put some miles on it. But when you buy a piece of real estate, it increases. Cars depreciate. Real estate does not. The majority of all real estate appreciates. So when we talk about return on investment, do you want to invest in something that almost always appreciates versus something that always depreciates? You have to understand why this is important. And the first thing first is, of course, the education, which I'm giving you. But number two is your mindset. Some of y'all out there do not understand the power in what we're talking about because you're too busy focusing on. I ain't even gonna go there yet. Well, I ain't gonna go there yet. I'm gonna be good. Kiara told me to be good today, so I'm gonna be good. Let me say, Kiara told me to be good. Listen, we have to really understand, and I'm gonna get this to y'all in the raw today. We have to really understand the importance of what I'm talking about. Black people have the lowest rate of home ownership in this country. And we have always had the lowest rate of home ownership in this country. Now, we can blame game all day long. I got a bunch of fingers I can point at systems, at banks, at redlining. I can go all day long. But what I'm telling you right now is that the power is in our hands to fix it. And if we don't take that power right now, then we cannot continue pointing the finger when you got a thumb pointing back at you. If we don't increase the home ownership rate in our neighborhoods, you are doing a disservice to the children because they got to walk past abandoned buildings. You're doing a disservice to the children because if there's not enough tax dollars in these properties, that means that their schools are going to be poor. That means that the investment in the neighborhoods is going to continue decreasing. We are doing a disservice when we are not purchasing properties as a whole, as a community, period. So I need y'all to understand that when we are talking about return on investment, you guys out there always you have an issue, whether it be fear, but y'all don't fear renting. Y'all don't fear giving y'all money away each month and not getting nothing back. Y'all don't fear when you giving your landlord $1,500, $2,000 each and every month and you get nothing back for it. When it's time to put you out, you barely might even get your security deposit back if you've been there too long and they got to fix some stuff. You get your security deposit back and you get nothing. But you are allowing fear to stop you from making an important decision in your life that will change your future. Do you understand when I talk about the appreciating of property, how that can change your life? I'm gonna be honest. All of y'all on here, at least 98% of y'all ain't never seen $100,000 in your account. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna put it out there because I know this because I got the statistics of the world. The majority, vast majority of the world is living paycheck to paycheck and they got $5,000 to their name. So That means that if you buy a piece of property and that property appreciates over years, and you are able to sell that property or able to refinance that property or take a line of credit out on that property, then you are giving yourself access to be able to touch $50,000, $100,000 at one time, all because you own a piece of property. Do you understand how life-changing that is? How life-changing is that, Jamal? Well, I pulled out $50,000 on my property and I used that to purchase another property. I use that to open up a business. I use that to pay down my debt. So you got to understand that when you got a return on your investment, you can pull money out to change your life. But if you are continuing to rent each and every year, you are doing yourself a disservice because you get nothing at the end of the day. You don't get to go to the bank and say, I got a property that's valued $300,000. I only owe $150,000. Can you give me a $100,000 loan? You're not able to go and ask for money because you don't have an asset that you can leverage for money. I say all that to say this because I gotta talk to some of y'all. There have been too many clients in coming through the generational green pipeline that don't have their mindset correct. They are too busy, folk, utilizing fear and utilizing different reasons that don't even make sense to talk themselves out of making a life-changing decision. Let me say the third thing. The people around you. Some of y'all got too many people around you that ain't never bought a piece of property that always got something to say about what you're doing. Some of them jealous and don't even want you to do it. I'm going to just be honest. I'm too sick of seeing people, and I'm hearing from my realtors and all of the folks out here who taking clients to properties, and they got they sisters, they friends, they baby daddies, they baby mamas, and bringing negative energy into the process because they're not able to do it. So you also in this process have to understand that if you have the ability to purchase property, you have more of an ability than the majority of the people around you. Because a lot of these, let's be honest, 65% of the people, all of y'all know, credit messed up and can't even purchase property. So you got to understand that if you're ready, you're already at the front of the line. Don't squander that opportunity. This is too important for you to squander an opportunity to change your life and your community over garbage. When I say I have seen people who are in, I damn near want to ask them, show me where you stay at. I'm gonna be serious here. Show me where you renting at. Take me on a tour where you renting. Because a lot of y'all some of y'all got some audacity to talk about minor things or utilizing fear to talk you out of purchasing something that you will own, that will change your life. You are constantly trying to find reasons to walk away from this decision. I hear too many people saying, I'm scared. You have no reason to be scared of owning property. No reason. I just told you, right? I just told you 2 seconds ago. Property appreciates. It doesn't depreciate. How are you not scared to go purchase a car with a 15%? Don't get me started. I done seen y'all car rates. Majority of y'all car rates is not in single digits. Majority of y'all car rates are over 10%. So you are going to go purchase a car that's going to depreciate and you're going to pay 10, 15, 20%. And you're not even able to trade the car in for years because the loan is backwards, right? You owe too much money and the value of the car is not there. But you don't fear purchasing that, but you fear purchasing a piece of property that's going to give you financial freedom, generational wealth, an appreciating asset. If you don't believe that, that means that you've been talking to too many negative, jealous folks around you who ain't never done it. Because that's just the absolute truth. Majority of all real estate appreciates. That means that you have a 95% chance at purchasing a property and it's only going to increase in value. But you got a 5% chance at purchasing a car that's going to appreciate in value. Do you see the difference? So what is there to fear? There's absolutely nothing to fear when you're purchasing real estate, especially when you have an inspection, especially when you are doing your due diligence and you have a great team, when you have folks around you that have your best interests at heart, making sure that you're making the right investment. You have nothing to fear but fear itself. We have to understand the state of emergency that we're in. Donald Trump is going to be gutting programs that's going to affect grants for home ownership, right? Donald Trump is moving forward a plan to gut Section 8 and make it to where that you're not able to be on Section 8 more than 2 years if you don't have a disability, which is what the plan he just put out a couple days ago. So you got to understand that if you know that you have an opportunity right now to get grants and pay less, 98%, 95% of generational green clients pay less than $3,000 at the closing table. The vast majority of all clients spend less than $5,000 at the closing table. That is less than the amount of money that most of y'all spend it on a first month in security to get in a rental unit. So if you know that you have the opportunity right now to come in a generational green, purchase a property, and not have to spend a bunch of money at the closing table, and you are neglecting the ability to be able to do that over some bull crap, over because your baby daddy in your ear, over because somebody told you that, oh, this is a lot, and oh, this might go wrong, and this might go wrong. But you would rather rent and give your money away and not get nothing? Then don't come to Generational Green. I'm going to just tell you, don't come here if you cannot get your mindset in a place where you are motivated to change your family's life and your community. This is Generational Green is about community impact. We're not about individualism. And this is about making sure that people can buy in mass. We need hundreds of people to be purchasing properties each and every week. Because if we don't increase the home ownership rate in Black communities, we're going to be a net zero as a black hole, and by 2053, we're going to have no wealth, none. We don't have enough businesses, we don't have enough homes, we don't have enough properties. We're going to be at the lowest wealth of all time by 2053 if we don't stop playing games with real life situations. So if I'm trying to put you in a place where you can participate in this movement and change your life, and change your community and build wealth for your families and have an asset that you can leverage for tens of thousands of dollars in your future that can change your life, do not fuck it up. I need you to understand how important this is. I've literally had clients come and say, well, the inspector said that there was a little crack on the wall, and I don't want it no more. Or I got to pay back. When I say I can give y'all a bunch of reasons that don't make half the sense of why people talk themselves out of purchasing property, and they'll rather rent and waste their lives many years. Do you know how many people can't afford a vacation? I want y'all to understand this. Do you know how many people that can't even afford a vacation? Do you know how many people can't afford to put an investment into a new business? Do you know how many people can't afford to purchase an investment property? Do you know how many people can't afford to buy nothing cash in their life? And the only people that has the ability to do all of that are people who own property. Why, Jamal, you say? It's because they can go tap into that property and grab $50,000 just like that. They can go tap into that property. Think about the Obama Center. I told y'all this. He builds his $1 billion Obama Center in his neighborhood. All of the properties the values quadrupled. So you owed the bank $150,000. Now your property worth $750,000. Do you know how many people's lives was changed? $600,000 just because Obama built in his library in my neighborhood. $600,000 because I sold my property for $750 and I only owe $150. Only life-changing events like that can happen if you stop being scared and talking yourself out of taking the risk that can change your life. Y'all have to stop playing games with real life situations, people. We are in a state of emergency. So when they take away all of the grant funding, when they take away your ability to use that Section 8 voucher to purchase a home, when they take away all of the abilities, I don't want to hear any excuses about the fact that it's going to take you now $15,000, $20,000 down to purchase a piece of property. Now where you going to get that from? You in survival mode, you barely can come up with the 2,000 or 3,000 that I need you to come up with right now. What makes you think when they take away all this assistance, you're going to be able to come up with $15,000 to $20,000? Take advantage of the opportunity now and stop procrastinating. We have to stop playing games. I've had Section 8 clients who have turned in a Section 8 voucher for $20,000. Very smart individuals. You know why? They turned in a Section 8 and bought a 2-unit building that had a tenant up there that was already paying majority of the mortgage. So now they either living rent-free or got a couple $100 that they're coming out of pocket each month, and they own the property. They own the property and their mortgage is paid for because they got a tenant. They used their Section 8 voucher where they were getting subsidized by the government to turn it in so that they can not have a down payment. They barely put down $2,000 for a piece of property that is going to fund their mortgage each and every month because they got a tenant. Do you not understand their lives are going to drastically change because they ain't putting no money down? You getting a free property. You barely putting money down. Do you understand that you got to put 3.5% down to purchase property? And I'm giving you the majority of the money so that you can get it for damn near free? So that means that when you tap into your equity later, you barely have put money into this, your own money, especially if you got a 2-unit and you got a tenant paying your mortgage, you barely have put any of your own money into the property. And you own it. What are we talking about, people? We literally have people that are stopping themselves from changing their lives for nothing. For literally nothing. We have to do better. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of watching our people stay at the bottom because their mindsets are not proper. Get your mindset together. This is your opportunity to change your life. Now, if you want to sit around and wait for them to take away everything, and you see now you definitely don't have nothing. When they take away your voucher and you can't use it for home ownership, now you definitely don't got nothing. When they take away the grant programs and you ain't got no grant assistance to help you with your down payment, and you got to come up with $15,000, you definitely don't have nothing. And you gonna squander this opportunity because your baby daddy in your ear, he jealous of you? Because you got family members and friends who negative around you that don't know nothing about purchasing property. I don't understand this. There's no other culture in America that is at the bottom that has the mindset that we have. Every day you go out and you waste money. I could waste money on fast food. You're going to the liquor store. You're going to kick it at bars. You're spending money on the little money that you have. You spend it so that you can at least have a little good time outside of being in survival mode. But you telling me that you can't put a couple $1,000s down to purchase your own property? You telling me that you scared of spending some money on your own property years down the line if something breaks? What are we talking about? Do you know how many people that I've had say, well, I'm scared of spending a couple $1,000s later on down the line if something breaks? But you will keep on spending a couple $1,000s a month and getting nothing. Come on, people. Your mindset. It is so goddamn important that we change the way that we think. Change the way that we live. Change the way that we need to be the example for our children. What example are you setting for your children that you being scared all of your life to make a decision that's going to help them? We don't want to create another dependent generation who don't want to take responsibility for nothing. I'm going to just say it. We don't want another generation of scared adults who don't want to take responsibility in their communities, who don't want to purchase properties because they want to be dependent, who want to only depend on the government. We do not want another generation like that. I need a generation of inspired, motivated Black people who gonna get up and change their neighborhoods, who gonna get up and purchase property, who gonna get up and say, let's come together and purchase a mall. Let's come together and purchase a 4-unit. Let's come together and change the state in our neighborhoods, because I don't give a damn what year it is, 2020 or 2080 or 3020, white people in these positions of power will never care about your survival. So stop sitting around waiting to fight something that happens in politics and change your life for the better right now. You have that power. You have that power. If I can go and take somebody that's on Section 8 and take their voucher and make them a homeowner, you have no excuse. Especially if you don't have Section 8, you have no excuse. You have none. You need to fix your credit? Fix your credit. Let's fix it. You fucked it up. Let's fix it now. And then let's purchase property. You ready to purchase property? Get on the home ownership journey now and do it now. Stop waiting around. We got to take some accountability. We don't have enough accountability. And that is the issue right now with our communities. We have to stop it. Take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you, because when they're gone, because they're going to be gone, no matter who's in, I don't care if it's Joe Biden or Trump, I don't care what president it is, some president is going to take away the opportunities that you have right now, and they're going to be gone at some point. And you're going to be saying, damn, I should have listened to Jamal. Don't be that. Don't be that person. Take advantage of it. Be the person that said, I did listen. And now, a few years later, my property is worth $100,000 more. Now I'm able to take money out and buy another property. Now I'm able to invest in a business. Now I'm able to start a business with my children. Now I'm able to show my children that I'm an owner of a property, and this is the responsibility that I'm taking on. And this is how you fix up the properties and maintenance them. And if something goes wrong, this is what you have to do, children. We have to be accountable. So for our kids, I really do not understand why we are not accountable for our next generation of children. And we're just allowing them to sit around and watch us not be accountable or responsible for nothing. Let's change that dynamic. Generational Green is ready. We have every single opportunity that you need in front of you. I just said that 95% of our clients spend less than $3,000 at the closing table. That's y'all checks for the month. So let's be serious here. You all have the ability. The only thing that you need is a job and a credit score. If you want grant opportunities, we need you at a 600 and above, 620 preferable. We got to get you up to the credit score if you're not there. Once we get you there and you have a job and you have some work history, we're getting you on the roll, and you're going to make it to where you barely put anything down. Take advantage of this. I am saying this with love. I am saying this with so much love because I really care about us. If we don't get it together, you are doing your children and our children's children of injustice. My family, I look back at my family, my great 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 grandfathers and great great uncles who escaped slavery. I want y'all to understand. I can't believe we have too many people that don't take no accountability, responsibility for nothing, and you don't look back at your lineage who came out of slavery, and they purchased properties and they own land. The majority of you here, I guarantee you have family who own land in down south somewhere that they all ran from because they didn't want to be down there with them racist folks. But they own property after slavery or they escaped slavery. You're not even looking at the people that come before you. My family escaped slavery. They started a sawmill business and a horse breeding farm, and they purchased 1,000 acres. My family have hundreds and hundreds of acres of land that my family still stay on down south. I don't know my great great great. I never, of course, it was hundreds of years I couldn't meet them, but I'm still able to walk on the land that they purchased, and they made it air land and said that nobody can sell it. Passed it down to the next generation and signed it to them and said, if everybody doesn't put their signature on it, it can't be sold. And today, I'm able to take my children and walk onto the land down south and say, kids, this is ours. And it's been in our family for decades and decades and hundreds, over 150 years, it's been in our family. They paved the way for our family. It is family members still to this day that's not even paying $1,000 in taxes for the year. They have no rent or nothing, all because my family paved the way for them to be able to live on that land. So what are you doing for your children and your children's children? It's not going to be renting for 20, 30, 40 years because they can't do nothing for them. Set your kids up so when you leave, that they got a piece of property that they can turn around and live in or sell. That they got a life insurance policy that they can turn around and get 6 figures out of so that they can invest for the next generation. We got to think about legacy and stop thinking about ourselves. I really hope y'all understand this. I hope y'all understand this, because if we do not get it right now, while they're taking everything, all of your programs that y'all been on for many years, they're going to be going like this. The grant programs, they're going to be going like this. Oh, DEI, y'all want them to get money because you're black? It's going to be going like this. Section 8, Trump already said he done with it. It's going to be going like this. Don't wait until it's gone. It's still here now. So you have the opportunity to take advantage of this. Take advantage of this right now so that you can change the state for your families. So, say all that to say, what's the next step, J-Mom? Let's get signed up. Let's get approved. Let's get pre-approved. Okay? This is, if you need credit help, let's get in a credit program. If you got somebody that does credit that you want to work with them. I don't care. Let's get the credit up. Let's get pre-approved. Let's get the credit up if you need to get the credit up. Let's go out and go shop and let's purchase property. Here's the bad thing. I don't need you to just own one. I need you to own multiple. So at least get you one so that you can get in the game for a while and come back in a year and say, all right, Jay, I'm ready for the next one. I need people to be owning multiple properties. We can't do this if we all own one, because there's too many properties out here and too many black people that don't own them. Our ownership rate is so low, and they don't want to come in our communities to save our communities. They either gonna push you out or you either gonna buy your community. There's only two things that's gonna happen. So let's take advantage of this opportunity right now. So, like somebody just said, I saw Alfonso, he says, I need a place now. I got to be out the house by 22nd of June. They sold my house and I'm getting put out. How many times do we want to deal with this? How many times do we want to be a transient community? where every year we got to move. We got to keep moving. Oh, shoot, my landlord said I got to go. He don't want to renew my lease. They want to put some migrants in my building instead. How many years do we want to keep putting it in a place where we got to keep moving our families and have no stability? That's not normal. And it actually hurts families and hurts children that they never have stability. They never can be somewhere. How many of y'all have ever been somewhere 5 years at a time? Let's be serious here. Majority of people that are renting are not in places that they've been for 5, 10, 20 years. Yeah, very few, but the majority of people move like this all the time. You got to keep changing schools for your kids. You got to keep going into different neighborhoods with different territories, and you don't know where you're going. You're forced to go here because they only letting you go here. They're forced to pay this amount because they only letting you pay this amount. We gotta get to a point where that ends. And right now is that point. Everybody on this call today need to take this. And I need you to go and talk to somebody else about the importance of us jumping in the game and purchasing property. Go and talk to somebody else in your family. Tell them stop hating. If they got a negative spirit, tell them get away from me. Go get the folks who are motivated to change their lives. You got family members who only care about going to the club and don't care about changing their lives. They might not be the ones right now to help. Okay? But there are people who are working each and every day hard, that's been in jobs for 5 years, 10 years. They've been working their whole lives and they don't own property. Go and get those people who are hard workers, who really care about their families. Because right now is their ability to change the state of their families. So I'm sorry, I've been going in. Is Sakina still here, Nia? Okay, there we go. Can we unmute Sakina? Sakina, I'm sorry, Sakina. I wanna bring on Sakina. I know I see clients here who have purchased property with me recently, and I want to bring up Sakina. Sakina, can we unmute Sakina, Nia? Let's see, let's see. Where's Nia at? Is Nia here? Okay, hold on. Let me find you. Hold tight, Sakina. All right, so I want to bring up Sakina. Sakina is give me a second. Give Nia a second. I see it. To unmute you. Let me know when you unmuted, Sakina. Sakina purchased property with us recently. And I want to bring up, because you guys see a lot of videos and a lot of success stories. So y'all know that everything that is legit, right, with us, and have always been, right? And beware of those people who push negative, push those negative vibes, right? Because here's the issue. When people see people purchasing properties, you have people that are going to say it's too good to be true. And that's why Black people stay at the bottom, because the dumbest stuff I ever heard in my life. We have too many people who be like, nah, that's like Tiffany, that's a scam. What's a scam in purchasing property, right? But those are people who we have to beware of, that are around us, because those very people are in your lives that's going to stop you from making that change. Don't allow people that are negative stop you from changing your lives. Do not. You have the opportunity. Stop allowing them to stop you from doing that. Okay. So Let me see where it's. You're not seeing my text? All right, so let's get Sakina in. And then I see I see some folks who just I seen some pre-approvals from as well of recent that are on the call too. So congratulations on those who are moving forward in the deal. You know, I saw a couple people on here that's about to close soon as well. So, you want to be around the folks who are Erica. I see you, Erica. Erica just got her pre-approval today. Sakina, go ahead and unmute. Yeah, Sakina. Come on, Sakina, where you at? Is it letting you unmute?
I'm not sure.
Letting you in.
I hit
So
the
we can
button so
get you
that she could
in. So we get you
unmute.
in. So yeah, congratulations to all those folks who are um moving forward and doing what they're supposed to do. I am proud because let me say this. I want to make sure that we are also talking about the positivity. And the positivity that is that, we've had over 15 people who have purchased properties in very recent times. So all those people who are purchasing and doing what they are supposed to be doing, let me say that I am proud of you. Okay. I'm proud each and every week at watching you close and doing what you have to do because this is this is an important feat here, and I want to make sure that we are uplifting those who are doing what they're supposed to do and not focusing on the ones who are going to find every way to not do what they're supposed to do. We know that there's going to be a big percentage of folks in our community who are the fearful folks who are going to find every reason not to do what I'm saying that they should be doing. Um, we know that, but I want y'all to understand that there are people that are. Sakina, I'm asking you to, I'm doing I'm hitting the button to ask you to unmute. Click unmute, Sakina. Know why it's not working for you. I'm doing it. Go out and come back in. Something wrong with your phone. It's on Sakina, y'all. All right. So let me bring up Kiara. Where you at, Kiara?
Oh, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear Kiara if she talking.
Yeah, I'm
Is
talking.
Kiara
Can you hear
talking?
me? Yeah, I'm talking. Can everyone else hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Oh,
Hello,
she is.
hello.
She can hear. We can hear them both. Okay, hold on. Nah, it's on me, y'all. Hold on, y'all. All right, Kiara, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you. Sakina, are you on too? Oh, wait. Hold on. Get Sakina back in. Okay, Kiara, talk to me. How you feel? I know I was japping, so tell me where you stand on this.
No, you had touched on something that's important, and it's about accountability. And I feel like for too long we continue to blame other people, but certain things we have the control to make possible. We have children that we have to think about. Like I said, like you were saying, these children walk down the street, and too many of these properties are not owned by people that look like them. And it's like your purpose as a parent is to help set your child up for the future. And if you know what's going on with AI and about how all these jobs won't be available in the next 5 to 7 years, and you still lagging on purchasing property to make sure that you have somewhere to stay, that's problematic. It's problematic, and it's sad and it's frustrating because especially like people from Generational Green team, like our main goal is to see you win. But when you call, you waste time, you make excuses. It's frustrating helping people when you don't have the mindset to change your situation. Like for people to volunteer their time and speak to you all and no action, that's frustrating. So I definitely hope and pray. And even I see that a lot of people are saying that they don't make enough money. You might have to sacrifice and either get a second or third job or do what you have to do in order to do what you need to do. Like at this point, we cannot afford not to be in a position where we need to be in. You just can't afford, we can't afford not to know anymore. The knowledge is everywhere. Everywhere you go is everywhere. So there's just no excuses.
All right, all right. Sakina, you here?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right, you gotta get your cricket together now, Sakina. All right. Talk to me about Sakina. When did you close, Sakina?
May 2nd.
All right, so Sakina closed May 2nd. What's this? Okay, happy 12-day anniversary.
Thank you.
All right. So talk to me about your process and how going through the process, some of the challenges. Well, I guess give me your biggest challenge. Because and I'm gonna tell you why I'm using Sakina over, you know, let me just say I'm using Sakina because Sakina was very on it the whole time. She was motivated. And your attitude is everything. I'm telling you, you got too many people out there that will find every reason not to do something to change their lives. And when you have people who are motivated, that is the breath of fresh air, right? So she was very motivated throughout the process. So I'm gonna bring her in because I want to hear from her of why you were so motivated and also talk about some challenges and things that were important.
I was motivated because it was something that I'd always wanted to do was buy a house. And by us living like a lease to own, and I'm like, okay, the rent going up every year, every year. I'm like, why not pay mortgage instead of paying rent? So that was making me more motivated. Then you was also helping me, like pushing me more. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, okay. Then the challenge is, oh Lord, with the challenges that was kind of confusing because it was like when I send this, then I need this, so I got to try to catch up with my mom, catch up with my husband, try to get this, trying to get that. So it was after a while the process started to get smooth. But
Mm.
I was real motivated because that was something that I really want to do. And like I said, because our rent steady going up, 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 while I keep paying and we could pay mortgage.
And now let me say this. That's another thing. While we got a lot of people out there who think that they're gonna get a perfect house. She got a beautiful house, one of the best that I've seen in the program in a great spot, right? And she walked in there and had to do some work, right? And she up in there working right now. What's some of the work that y'all have done to make it to where you like it?
I'm repainting right now. I'm doing the redoing the floors and yeah, just basically repainting, doing the floors, put new faucets in. because I like the black faucets, so I put those in.
You see what I'm saying?
And right,
So she again, and this is I don't want to get into the appraisal gap on the other property, but somebody asked, can you give us a timeline from your pre-approval to your closing about how long that took? Okay, so we went under contract in this property March 1st, if I'm not mistaken, right? On this one. Was it March 1st?
no, that was on our last property.
Let me see. What this is?
On this one,
April 1st.
this one, yeah, April 1st.
Okay, we went under contract with this property April 1st. All right. And let me tell you persistence. We had another property before this one that fell through because an appraisal gap happened. What I mean by that is we had a very large appraisal gap from where the appraiser said it was worth versus how much we were under contract for. There's a lot of other elements in this that I ain't gonna get into, but it was ridiculous. Regardless of whatever happened, the point is that property fell through, but we end up finding another one that I think was great as well, right? We went under contract April 1st, and she closed May 2nd. Okay, so that's what 31 days or so. Is it April 31st or 32 days? However many days it is. The point is that this process was a very, aggressive 30, a little over 30 days, and she was at the closing table and she purchased her first property. Okay. So now this timeline, another thing is there's too many people out here that think that this takes a long time. It doesn't. I can have you pre-qualified and approved by tomorrow. You can pick a property within the next few days and you could be closing in the next 30, right? So don't think that takes a long time, because it doesn't. Somebody said they got to be out of their property by June 22nd. If you get approved right now and we go out and find a property, you could be in your property by June 22nd. That's for sure, right? So this is not a long process, but it is stringent. So, Sakina, what's some advice I guess you would give to the folks here?
Just make sure you prepare for anything that they ask for. You could have it right on hand. So if they ask for bank statements, get them. They ask for check stubs, get them. They ask for anything, get it. Don't wait, because if you wait, that you making a process longer.
Mm-hmm.
So if
that's
they ask for it, send it to them. Send it to them. Just whatever they ask for, don't hesitate. They ask you to sign something, sign it. Like, be on it. Be faster than them.
So that is very, very true. Is that the more on it that you are, the quicker your process is, right? Somebody asked about Will County. We have a new grant, Daphne, actually. There's a $25,000 Will County grant that just came out 2 days ago. So if you are purchasing in Will County, we got a $25,000 grant for you, okay? So somebody said, okay, I get it, but if I could do this, can I do this if I'm retired? Yes, all income counts. So if you have retirement income, Social Security, disability, you get Social Security for your kids, you get child support for your kids, you got your job, your W-2 job, all income counts. All right. It's not just one income. Any income that you have that is consistent will be counted and given you towards your purchase price. Okay. Definitely know about the voucher. The voucher that is the CHA program. That is a CHA program in Chicago. Will County may have a voucher program. That's something that we can look into. That I know it's not as good, but they may have some incentive there. But again, we have a $25,000 grant for Will County. Where do we get approved? You have a particular lender work? Yes. So we refer you to lenders who actually are with the grant programs that we are in, and that have the teams to move you forward. So again, go to, and if you are not and have not, go to generationalgreen.com, click buy a home, and fill out your information so that you can get the link so that you can get pre-approved. Okay. All right. So, Sakina,
Yes.
All right. Is there anything that was I don't know, anything because you had listen, I'm gonna be honest here because Sakina worked my nerves a couple times. She had some, I wouldn't say a lot of fear. I would say she was scared that it wouldn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there were moments where I had to get Sakina together, like Sakina, listen, hey, it's gonna happen. All right, get it together. Let's get these documents in. You know, there were moments where it was like, oh man, look like I guess it's not the right time. I guess it ain't gonna happen. It's like, hey, we don't need that energy. Okay, it's gonna happen. And I knew it was gonna happen because I'm a part of this. I know what's going on, right? So I just need y'all to have that energy because y'all are working with the best here. So we our team know what we're doing to get things to the closing table. So in those moments, Akina, what were those moments like for you, and how did you push through?
Well, you helped me push through because I was like I was getting discouraged when the first house. So it kind of threw me back. So I'm like, oh Lord, was it actually the appraisal or was it actually this? Or so it was like I was confused on what was going on. But you helped me through a lot. Cause I'm like, oh Lord, nah. And I got discouraged real fast, real fast. And that was the first thing when I first joined your Zoom. You were saying, that's our problem now, cause we always say it's not gonna happen or it's too good to be true. And I said that. I said I knew it was too good to be true. And but I just kept on trying, kept trying. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep trying, give it a try, give it a try. J Miles said, just be cool, everything gonna be okay. So that's what made me just like fall back and like, okay, now the process going even smoother. So I think I was just making the process even frustrating because I was frustrated.
For sure. And you don't need it. I tell you, I was like, I'm already know. I'm like, girl, get it together, right? And I'm trying to see if I can look, that's what you said too. Why I went and found I looked at our messages and saw this exactly what you said. You said, I just knew it was too good to be true. Maybe we could try some other time.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I said, look, I said, uh, you say, what you say? It's just something I never did before. I say, Sakina, chill out. That's what I think. I said, Sakina, chill out. Everything will be fine. You talking about I'm trying. And not and a few days later, she was at the closing table
Uh-huh.
signing. Okay, y'all. So you have those moments, right? Because when you are going through this process, you have the bank who is asking for your life. Okay, they asking like, oh, why you spending money here? Why this? What's going on here with this payment? We found this. What is this? Give me a letter saying that you didn't do nothing with this inquiry on your credit. You know what I'm saying? There are things that the bank is going to be asking for, but you cannot be discouraged. Do not be discouraged because this is the opportunity for you to change your life is not going to come easy. 30 days of pain, a lifetime of gain. Come on, y'all. I did branded something else, all right? 30 days of pain. And it ain't even 30 days of pain, y'all. So I don't even like that. Because, you're going to have times where you're going to be frustrated, where it's going to feel like they want okay, I got to go get this. Oh, okay. You want me to go to the bank and you have them give you the transaction history. Whatever the case is, you're going to have moments of frustration. But as long as you push through, you're going to be fine. Now, will you find Sakina? Like I said.
Uh-huh. Just make sure you have your coffee ready because I was up early with my coffee waiting on them emails to come through.
But again, why I'm using Sakina today because Sakina was always on it. She was one of my favorites, and even during her little moments, it was like, girl, chill out, right? Let's go. And she was ready to go. She didn't get discouraged to the point where she was not continuing to pour into the process. So that is what I need from y'all. Do not find a way to walk away from something that can change your life. Okay, we made this happen by any means necessary, and we were able to do it. What I said 95% of clients spend less than $3,000. Where were you at? You was around that number, right? Sakina, you wasn't far from that number. And
Right, I was around that.
you was around the $3,000 mark. Okay. So I'm telling y'all that y'all seeing that this is possible, that is happening. It's right in front of y'all. This ain't I ain't no nighttime televangelist. This ain't about them false, pyramid schemes. This is truly about how do we impact our communities, and we all play a part in purchasing and changing the state of our neighborhoods. And that is what we need to do. Okay. So somebody said, I'm currently right at 600 mark. Recently just fixed some things. Okay. So, so I was waiting to start the process. So, we have a lender that can work with you that if you are 600 or above, we would prefer you to be at 620. But if you are ready to start the process and you are between a 6 and 620, you can and still get grant support. That's up to you. Okay. Somebody said, I'm credit ready mid 800s. How far can I push the closing out? My current lease ends 10/28. I'm thinking of waiting to get pre-approved in late July, early August. One thing I would say is if there's a way to get out of your lease, I would always look to do that as a first option of saying, hey, do I got a landlord that'll work out a deal with me and I could just give him a month's rent and he'd be cool with me leaving? Is there a clause in my contract that say, okay, well, we keeping your security deposit? That's cool. I'll let him keep my security deposit if I can break the lease. If there's a way for you to break the lease, that's always the first option for me because I would rather you purchase than to keep giving money for the next 6, 7, 8 months, right? That's number one. Number two, that if that is the case, then I do understand July, early August. But me, if I'm in a position, because I did this, I'm gonna tell y'all, I actually did what I'm talking about. Before I purchased this home, right? I rented a property, a home, nice home, for about 8 months. Now my lease was 12, right? Now, the owner was just cool, and he liked me too. But the owner was cool, and at 8 months, I was like, "Yo, I just closed on my property. Hey, I need to bounce." And he was like, "Man, it's all good. Go ahead and move. You know what I'm saying? You don't owe me nothing. We straight." And I moved, and he actually sold the property right after that, right? So you can have a situation where you got a landlord that's not tripping because they care. They're okay with you trying to better your life. You know what I'm saying? And then you might have companies who are more stringent, who trying to get your money, and that's a different situation. So always look and see what situation that you're in. If you're month to month, then you're just, you're fine. But if you're somebody in the lease, you got to figure out if you can find a way to talk to your landlord to say, hey, I'm trying to purchase property. Can we make a deal so I can get out the lease? Okay. So somebody said, what's the qualification for the 35? They're for you to purchase, right? Is for you to just purchase. So there's no do you have to have a certain credit score? So yeah, so let me go through this. If you are between a 6, what we need you to be is a 600 and above. And the goal is to get you to a point where you're spending less than $5,000, but we 95% of the clients spend less than $3,000, right? And so the goal is to get you to the point where you are have a very low down payment, okay? And that's the goal. So when you come in, we're going to orchestrate that for you. So we need you at a 600 and above. We prefer you to be at a 620 and above. But if you're at a 600 and above and you're ready to start the process and you have work history, you've been, you have work history for the last couple of years, and you currently have income, then we can get you moving right away. Okay. And you can purchase anywhere in the States. Somebody asked that. Quick question. I'm a bit confused on, okay, I did answer that. What if I live in another state, but moving back to Chicago by the fall? Well, how the banks look at it is if you have a job that is a traveling job or a job where you work from home, or, the income would be the only issue if you're moving back to Chicago, right? It's like, where is your income going to be? If you're somebody that's like, well, I work at home for a job. Okay, well, that's cool, because if you work from home, then you can move anywhere, right? So making sure that their stable income is what the bank is going to look at. Do anybody got any question for Sakina while I still have her before I let her go? Any question for Sakina, who just closed? Another congratulations. She 12 days in, and
Thank you.
I wanted to make clear to y'all that she is still spending a few dollars to make the home hers. So even though she bought a home, she knew that the home was not perfect. She knew that she was going to make it perfect for her. So when she purchased the home, she went in there and she painted. You had the whole family. I called you. You had the whole family up in there painting.
Uh-huh.
All of them was up in there. They want a new paint job, right? So we painting. They always up in there painting. They gonna do the floor. Y'all doing the floors too, Sakina?
Yeah, we're doing the floors, put new carpet down.
Okay, all right. So you know what I'm saying? So she like, I'm gonna just do, and the house is nice, but she making it nicer, right? So do not think that you're gonna get a perfect house. When you own it, you can do what you want to do. When you are purchasing property, the property is not gonna, it's gonna be functional and ready to move in. But there are certain things that you may want to do to fix things, right? Or make it to where you like it. Make it to where you like it. All right. And they're gonna sell you the property with the paint job that it had. You ain't coming here and be like, I don't like that color. We painting this. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's gonna be your property. You can do that. You gonna own it. Before I walked into this property, I spent $65,000 in this property before I ever moved in, because I knew the value of the property, but I didn't like how the property was when I purchased it, right? So I don't know why they thought I was just gonna move in like it is. No, I'm gonna make the property what I want so that I can feel comfortable liking it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had mirrors on a room, walls and stuff. I'm like, no, all I got to go. I got to gut this and make it modern, make it nice. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what you do when you own property, because you know why? When you invest in the property, the value of the property increases. So if you go in and you make the property much better than what it was when you purchased it, when they appraise it at some point, when you're trying to get a line of credit or you're trying to sell it or you're trying to refinance, it's going to appraise for more when the appraiser come in and be like, oh, okay, we got cam lights now. We got this more modern. We got a new kitchen and new cabinets. Oh, it's worth more than what it was when you purchased it. So it's okay to spend a few dollars over time in your house, making it to what you like, because that's just only going to increase the value. Okay. Any other questions for Sakina? We good with Sakina? Sakina, you got any lasting advice? Any last thoughts?
No, not really. But the only thing I really want to say is just be on point and be patient. Just be on point and be patient.
All right. Amen. Amen. All right. Congratulations, Sakina. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
All right. Shout out to you. Let's see. Somebody says, does the upgrade come out of your pocket or with the loan? She's coming out of her own pocket, spending a few dollars on paint and carpet or whatever, right? So again, if you are going into home ownership, and I talked about this earlier, that is your investment. So you can move in just how it is if you want to. But the point is that if you want certain things to be how you want it to be personally, then you may want to spend a few dollars to increase the value of the property if you have it, right? So that's all I'm saying. But in the future, you can move in just like it is now. And in the future, the property value appreciates and you can take out a line of credit on the property and take out $50,000 and be like, okay, well, now I want to redo all these different things in the house. So, it's just up to you. But the point is that you're the owner. You can do what you want to do with that property. All right. So next steps, go to generationalgreen.com, guys, generationalgreen.com, and click on buy a home. All right, click on buy a home, and I'm going to send you a text here shortly with any other links that you would need, but click on buy a home, fill out your information, okay, so that you can get an automated email with what you need. But I'm gonna also send out a text to you here shortly after this Zoom, so that you can get started and making things happen. I hope that you guys enjoyed this today. This has been amazing. I want to bring up one of my star realtors, Kiara, back on. Kiara, where you at? I saw Levon. Is Levon still here? I think Levon is. I think he was working.
Sure.
Levon. I think Levon is still working. Okay. Kiara, give me some final advice. Is there a way we can get a recording of the Zoom? I think I'm gonna have to put the Zoom up for sure.
No, I think you should too. You and crazy. This was very informative. Please go ahead and fill out, go to the website, put your information in. We have a team of realtors. We have a team of lenders. We have a team of inspectors. Everything that you need is a one-stop shop. So go ahead and sign up. Also know, like she said, at the end of the day, it's not an easy process, but it's worth the pain that you're going through. It can go smoothly and there can be issues that arise. But like I said, you have the support that's here and that will help you get to the closing table. So I encourage everyone to fill out go to the website, fill out the link, and I look forward to possibly seeing you at the closing table.
All right. August, no. So Wealthy Wednesdays, Kiara been missing a couple. So we gotta we're going to get Wealthy Wednesdays. Kiara will be hosting Wealthy Wednesdays next Wednesday. Is that right, Kiara?
This is correct.
Okay.
I won't yell at y'all like Jamal today, but we will have a
Hey,
meeting.
come get folks together, man. They've been messing up, man. So Kiara will be hosting Wealthy Wednesdays next week. And I'll send out this recording to you by email. So make sure if you're not signed up with Generational Green, make sure you go to generationalgreen.com right now and click buy a home and make sure you put your information in there so that you can get our email and text alerts. Okay, so do that, and I will be sending this video out to you tomorrow so that you have it. Okay. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And don't ever forget it. We got a lot of work to do, and we are going to do it. Peace and love, everybody. Talk soon. Miss Deborah, we're going to help you. Come on, sign up. Just come on. All right. Everybody that needs some help, we got you. We'll talk to y'all soon.